Hey everyone, how you doing? My name's Gary Robillard. I'll be your host for this live stream today. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Thanks for joining us. This is great. We're streaming on several platforms today, and I'm not sure. Is this music? Is it too loud? Is it overpowering? It's we've got a Halloween theme going on here today because Halloween is starting next week, or is next week. And looking forward to after Halloween, and we get to start the Christmas theme, which is always fun. So hopefully you're doing well, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you some document management stuff I've had over the last couple of weeks. I wasn't planning on doing this, and then I had a couple of people say, I bought this product and to manage my documents, and I haven't used it. And I went, oh my gosh, really? And then I had some other people that were using a specific template that had a document management thing in it, and they weren't using it. And I said, well, how are you managing your documents? And I seen that things were kind of messied up, and I thought, I'm gonna give a live stream on document management best practices, and I'm gonna show you a couple of different things. So let's just move to the next screen here. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about where to put your documents. First of all, where do you put your documents? Do you put them, if you're a solopreneur, you put them on your desktop, or do you put them in the cloud? Do you have a server? Do you have them sitting on your server? Where are they at, and where should they be? And then the next thing is what kind of structure do you have for saving your documents? I've seen over my 30 years of doing this, I've seen documents all over the place, including myself. I've had documents all over the place, not any longer. I know where to put them now, but you'd have them on the desktop, you'd have them on your own folder, and nobody could share them, and it was really discombobulated. And so we're going to kind of show you how to do that. And then for those of you, because I know we're streaming on several platforms, and some of the people that are on today, and let me just, here we are. Some of the people that are on today aren't using the Act CRM product that we support. And so we're going to show a file manager, which is an add-on that we produced, and how it works with the Act CRM. This may, if you're not using the Act CRM, you may want to look at this. And if you're using a different CRM, for those of you who are coming in from different platforms that maybe haven't ever seen me before or know us, you may want to see how this works, because it might give you some ideas. Anyways, so let's dive in and start what we're going to show you today. So again, I mentioned, where do you put your documents? Do you put them in the cloud? Do you put them on the local machine? Here's my recommendation. If you can, put them in the cloud. Now, if you've got Microsoft Office 365 Business, not the family pack, but the business one, you get 1 terabyte, yes, that's 1 terabyte of storage space that you can use. And if you've got the business class one, and you've got more than just yourself on the team, you've got other people on the team, you can actually use a product in there called SharePoint to share this out to everybody. So now you have this great ecosystem that you can actually share your documents, and you can access them anywhere, on your phone, on a tablet, on your computer. Doesn't matter what kind of computer, whether it's a Mac or whether it's a PC, doesn't matter. You can access them anywhere. And they're backed up for, I think it's like 90 plus days, and they're incremental backup. So if you've got Office 365 Business, get it. If you don't have it, get it. And if you do have it, use the free OneDrive and SharePoint. It's there. If you don't have that and you're using something else, that's fine, no problem. You just long as you've got it in a secure place and they're being backed up. Now, the structure. Let's dive to my next screen here. Oh, there we are. There we go. And let's look at a structure. Now, I'm going to show you a structure. And you'll see why later it's important to have not only a structure, but a methodology to access it because of the way I'm going to go through here. So you'll see here, I've got just your regular Explorer. I'm in Windows 11. You've got your regular Windows Explorer. And you'll see here, I've got CoreLogix Corporation, and I've got access to documents. And you'll see here, I've got a structure set up here for ours. And this is actually our structure right here. Now I'm going to drill down into our little demo structure. And this is a structure, I believe, and I was going to ask Matthew, our programmer, before the live stream, whether we had this little utility that we built that you just like a little executable file that could actually create the structure for you. And it's free. You can have it. You just let me know you want it and it's yours. But what it looks like is this. If I go down to my demo files right here, what it does is it sets up not only your A to Z, or if you're in the US, A to Z structure for all of your clients. And this is how you should be setting up your structure, is have a number. Like if you have got a numbered company, that's where it goes up there. And then you've got your A to Z or A to Z structure to be able to put your documents. And then just going back here, having a document structure that looks like this, where you've got let me preface this. We did about 3 years of before we built the file manager product, and before we kind of went down this path, we did some investigation on document management, because the CRM system that we were using at the time, which we're still using, had a document structure that just, well, it wasn't really good. Let's just say that. And so we did some investigation. We worked with some really top people to help us understand digital file and document management. And so what we did is we came up with this structure after about 3 years of working with different people. And basically you have different silos of the organization. You've got administration, you've got, now this one here, business strategy and Dropbox, these are our personal ones, so you can add whatever you want. But the ones that we built for everyday use for everyone is administration, marketing, sales, and operations. And that basically all of your documents should go into one of those 4 silos. And within that, you can have, like, here's marketing, you got banners, graphics, anything to do with digital assets would go in there. You've got operations. This is where your clients and all the different stuff that you would have for that. Sales, any kind of sales information, forms, PowerPoints, whatever you're doing there. And administration would have your accounting, HR, standard operating procedures, all sorts of different things that you can have in this structure. And it really, really makes a difference of having a proper structure set up. I've seen stuff that would, well, if I had hair, it would make my hair curl. It was just that bad. But you know, they were using it, but the productivity losses were huge. So what you want to do is, first of all, decide, where am I going to put my documents? Second of all, what is the structure that I'm going to have for those documents? And then third, get it all organized and get it up there and share it out to the rest of your team. Now, let's dive in. Now that you kind of see what the structure... Now, one of the things, if you're not going to use a document management structure like I'm going to show you with File Manager when we get going here, what I would recommend is you've got these quick access areas where you can actually pin folders in here. So for an example, if I wanted my marketing folder, I could actually pop it up there and pin it. And then you can actually go in and quickly access them. Because otherwise, you're going to go down like this. You're going to go, okay, down here. I'm going to go into sales. I'm going to go into down to here. I'm going to look for Todd Miller. There's Miller. And there's all his documents. So I'm having to drill down. Each time I want to access that client file, I'm drilling down and drilling back and drilling down and drilling back. And it's just super time consuming. I think if you check up on our website, and we'll have a link to that later, you'll see some of the statistics that we didn't know when we first started this. the statistics of lost man hours. It was something like over the course of a year, on an average, it was about 156 man hours lost per person in looking for, retrieving, recreating documents because they can't find them and they're all over the place, and just going and accessing them and bringing them back, or saving them and drilling down to save them. So having a structure that can help you with this really makes a difference. So make sure you have a structure. And again, if you're not using a CRM system that has the ability to manage documents, create some links on the side so you can quickly get down to where you need to go. That will save you a little bit of time. Now, let me show you in the ACT CRM. Let me just play a little background music there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually show you the structure that we have for the file manager. Now, the file manager is a program that's an add-on to the ACT CRM, and it's only for the desktop model. So if you've got the web version of that, it's not going to work. We really love the desktop version, and the desktop version has very many deployment ways of using it. It can be in the cloud using a virtual desktop environment or a VDI environment. You can have it on a desktop remotely, all sorts of things. But it gives you the flexibility to have add-ons like this where you can manage documents. And so if I go to Todd Miller for an example, Todd Miller, here we are. And you'll see here, there's a little folder here called File Manager. This accesses, you can see the link here, and File Manager directly connects to Dropbox or OneDrive, just clicks right in and accesses that. But you can see that it's linked directly to this person's folder. So instead of using the Explorer window to drill down to find that client's information, I just go look up the client, and there's all the documents. Now this window here is just as if I was actually in the File Explorer. If I delete something from here, it deletes it from the source, where it is on the cloud or the server, or wherever it's at. So managing it here is just like managing it if you were accessing it directly. The nice thing about this is it has a bunch of features that will really increase your productivity. Now, productivity is the game here. How fast you can get things done and move on is really the name of the game. And so you can add documents here multiple different ways. Drag and drop from an email that you received, and there's an attached document. Just drag it over to the client's file. You can create folders in here. You can copy a document just by clicking the copy, and then you can paste it in another folder. You can actually delete, you can scan, and you can email. And so for an example, if I go over here to, let's say I want to scan a document. Let's start over here at scan. If I press scan, it's automatically going to come up with a window saying, okay, where do you want to scan it? You can see it automatically goes into Todd Miller's and Christine Miller's folder, and it's just like, okay, where do you want to put this? Do you want to just put it in the root? And we'll say, yeah, let's just put it here. Test 1. Press save. It's now going to scan the document. You can see that it's doing a scan. It's fired up my scanner, and I've just got a flatbed scanner. And so it pulls it up. Now I could switch out the paper, put another paper in, and scan again. It would just keep adding to the document. And then when I'm finished, press finish, and there's my test right there. I can click on it. It will actually show you in a preview window on the right-hand side. And I can also open it. And what it does when it scans it into a archived PDF file that can be used as a legal document because it's an archived one. You can't edit it. So that's scanning. If I want to email this, all I do is click on the email button. I don't have Outlook opened, but if I did, I just go click on email. Actually, let's just open Outlook and we'll show you what that looks like. And while that's loading up, new folder. Let's just say I want to add a new subfolder in here. Let's say we go into consents, and I want to add another folder. I can add another folder just by adding it in. And again, this is adding it in. If I'm on OneDrive, it's adding it into the OneDrive folder in the cloud. That's how quick and easy that works. And then we'll just go back. But you can see the path here as well of where it's at. And so if I take this KYC document, copy it, go into investments, paste it, that's how easy it is to move the documents around. If you need to move something around or delete it, I can just delete it as well. And again, oops, got to highlight it. You need to make sure that you're actually working in that particular environment. I'm going to turn that music off because it's distracting. And so now the next thing I want to show you, and you don't have to work within this window in File Manager. You can actually just click on File Manager, and it'll actually pop up a free-floating window that will allow you to access all the documents, and you can see that it automatically goes right to that particular direction. Now, let's talk about saving documents. Let's say I just create an Excel spreadsheet right off the cuff, and we're just going to use this one here. And I go and make my adjustments to this. And then I go to save this. Long as I'm on the contacts record that I want to save it to, I'll go save. Actually, I did that wrong. File. Got it. File. Oh, I messed up. Now it's wanting to save it wherever the location was, and I didn't. Okay, let's go File, Save Copy. There we are. Browse. That's what I wanted to do in the first time. All right, so if I scroll down till I see the little File Manager folder, you'll see right now it wants to put in my personal documents, but it comes to the File Manager folder. I just click on that. There's Todd and Christine. And now I can add it directly to their folder, long as I'm on their record. Whosever record I'm on, that's what will show up in this File Manager. And we'll just leave it on the, let's go into Financial Plan, and we'll save it there. So we'll close that down. And so now if I go back out of here, Financial Plan, there's that college expense estimator that we just had. So you can save any application that can save a document, you can have it saved directly into the folder. Just make sure you're on the contacts record when you go to do that. The other thing that you can do, so let's go back to the email. I want to email this. I press email. And if I go over to there we are, you'll see that it attaches the email. I don't have a signature set up, but it attaches the email. It's going directly to Todd here at gmail.com, and all I have to do is type in my message and send it off. So, and I can attach multiple documents. I don't have to just have one. I can highlight multiple ones. So I could do the same thing here. Grab those ones, press email, and there you go. They're ready to go. So managing documents is such a crucial thing, and people don't realize it. You don't realize how much time you spend searching for documents, and if they're organized under your clients, and you can have them linked to vendors. So in your CRM system, you can have your vendors, suppliers, centers of influence, trusted advisors, whatever, whoever you want in their personal stuff. You can link documents to everybody that you have in there, and be able to access those documents and be able to scan them and everything else. It also allows you, when you're in the Act CRM, allows you to, when you're on the household record, be able to, let's pull that up, access the same documents inside of there as well. So this is ABC Corporation, and you can see there's a document structure for them, and any person that's linked to that, let's just go under Todd Miller again. So there's all the documents. There's the test one that we just did. So everything that we do in there is going to show up in here. I'll tell you, I could not live without this little add-in in the Act CRM system, because it just saves me so much time. Now, there's a few little things that you're able to do with this. the setup part of this, there's a utilities area that you can actually create a file structure. You can create folder links. You can merge documents. So if you've got some the old documents folder that used to be in ACT, you can actually merge those out and pull those into wherever your structure is, thereby reducing the size of your backups. We also have in the setup here, you can create subfolders. Let me get into the admin here. You can create subfolders, preset folders. You can have it linked to OneDrive and into Dropbox. You can set up your scanner to be able to do that. You can have quick scan, enhanced scan. You can do set your file folder wherever you want in the location that you desire. And one of the things that we find with a lot of people is getting emails in with attached documents, and then they save those in, and then their email server gets large as well because it's got all these documents. Well, you could save them in one spot in your documents folder under that client, and they're a lot quicker to access as well. Let's just see here. There is a couple of other things that you can do with this in the ACT CRM system, and that is also under opportunities. You can also have it. Let's just go to the details section here. And I know for some of you aren't using the CRM system, the ACT CRM system, because you're coming in from LinkedIn or Facebook. But you can see here I can actually create a folder. Whenever it's got this plus here, there's no folder for this particular opportunity, but I can create one just by clicking on the File Manager button here or down here, and I can actually create the folder if I wanted to. And then it would give me access to all the information that I want to save for that particular opportunity. So it gives you a variety of ways of managing documents. And so hopefully this has been of help to you to be able to look at how you're managing documents. There are ways to do it. And again, go back to the first thing that you need to do is just make sure you decide where you're going to put them, what the structure is going to be. And if you've got the ACT CRM system, if you're not using File Manager, by goodness, you should be using it because it saves so much time. When I first found out that on an average it was 156 hours a year on an average being lost per person, I just about couldn't believe it that much time was being spent. But just remember, you go to find a document and you're focused on finding the document, and 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, maybe a half an hour later, you're still goofing around it, but you're not tracking it, and so you don't really know. Anyways, if you want to get access to that File Manager, there's a QR code there. If you have the ACT software, click on with your phone, you can pull that up. The File Manager is a product that we sell all over the globe. If you have, now for those of you see here, let's just go back to here. If you're using the File Manager, and I know a lot of my clients who we've invited to this are using using the Advisor add-on. If you're not using File Manager, please really take a serious look at adding that to manage your documents. It's going to save you a bunch of time. So again, there's how you can get access to it. Any questions? Any comments at this point? All right. Well, hopefully this has been helpful to you. Even if you're not using the ACT CRM, make sure that you are look at the structure for how you're saving documents and where you're saving documents and all of that sort of thing, and make some decisions on how you can make it better, not just for you but for your team as well. And that will really make a difference on how you organize, manage all of your document assets that you have. And if you're still old school, where you've got them all in file folders, have a look at going digital. It really makes a difference. All you need is a scanner and someone willing to go and sit through those files and scan them in and make it more effective and efficient for you. Hopefully this has been of help for you guys. Hopefully have a great weekend and all the best. We'll talk to you soon.